Oh, hello, you insouciant long pigs. It is I, Sam One, coming at you for another Transformers Transformation Review thingy. Yes, something a little bit different. This time we're going to take a look at Studio Series number 29 from Transformers 2007, Barricade. Yes. Now, normally I'd show the packages off for these guys, but unfortunately I have misplaced it. I think it might be in storage. I'm not sure. I can't remember because normally I show the packaging off and then the background they come with. But I won't for this one because I can't find it. So we'll just have a look at Barricade himself, and he is very nice. These popped up in B&M Bargains for £10 back in the first lockdown. Now these were going for, I believe, about 28 quid. If I remember right, I mean, this is a very small deluxe, very small deluxe. I mean, compare that to Siege Warpath, and you know, Siege Warpath is a lot bigger. I mean, yeah, he's a tank and everything like that, but I mean, he is a lot wider and a lot bigger. So you know, but anyway, let's take a look at him. He's got some nice details on him. But the one thing I've noticed, I don't know if it's just mine, is that it's very difficult to transform. And when I say that, I mean is things won't clip in together, won't push in flush. So, like I say there, that will not push in flush there. But we'll take a look at some of the details. We've got emergency 911 response to punish and enslave there. Police, and then we've got the Decepticon symbol in the police there. Just nothing at the headlights, which is a bit of a shame. Then you've got 643 on the top there, 643 down there. Again, same on this side to punish and enslave. On the back, you've got the Celine logo, which is very nice there. I forget the name of the car itself. I'll splice it in here. I know it's a Celine, but I can't remember what model it is, but it'll be in the bottom there. Some nice red lights for the tail fin there. It'd be nice to have a number plate. It says police 643 at the top, and that is your lot. It is a Brum Brum, innit? There it is. It's a very nice car. Don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, you've got your cherry lights on the top there. But yeah, it's very, very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. And it comes with an accessory that you can use in this mode as well. It comes with a spinning blade of death thing, which spins around. And it does fit in this mode as well. You've got a little cavity there. And then you just plug it in thus. You plug it in thus. There you go. And then it looks like it's like come out in the film when he's attacking Sam. Which is pretty cool. It's a bit silly, quite honestly, but it's a thing that you can do. Now, we'll just take a closer look at it, and it's just a spinning blade of death, really. You know, you've got some like cables and pipes and stuff going on there. Yes, it is a little bit dusty. It has been sat on the shelf for quite some time. I've only got a few of these Studio Series ones because they're going for like 10 quid at B&M, so I've got a few of them. But like I say, it just does not want to peg in here and there very much. It's a bit of a shame. It'd be nice if the wheels were painted in as well. I mean, the police symbol does reflect, which is quite nice, where it says police there, which is quite nice. But yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad figure. I mean, I'm glad I paid £10. If I paid more than that, I'd be a little bit annoyed, but there we are. One other thing about it as well is it's got clear windows, which is nice, but when you've got crunched up robot parts inside, not so much. I'd rather these have been tinted, like a charcoal grey or something like that, or a blue even. But yeah, when you've got robot parts, there you can see there, look, it looks aesthetically correct, but like I say, you've got robot parts instead of like seats and stuff in there. But you know, it is what it is, and he does roll reasonably well. I won't say it's perfect, but it's not bad. So let's take him to robot mode, shall we? Let's do that. So first thing we're going to do is, it's one of those figures where you just got to get things out of the way before you do anything. So first thing you want to do is just pull out the arms, which are just off the whole length of the car. So you separate everything up, and you just get everything separated out, and then this will disconnect from there, and then this will disconnect from there. Come on. There we are. So you just got to get the arms out of the way. So let's just get the arms out of the way. Let's focus on the legs first, because they're the easiest bit. So the legs, basically, you just pull them down, and then you pull them round like that, and then that's basically it. Oh yeah, you can lift them up like that. Go around there, and you've got one leg, and then you do the same on this side. You pull out the back of the police car there, right behind his leg, and you've got a little notch there on the leg, which that'll fit in quite nicely. There we are. You just straighten everything out like that, and there's his legs, pretty much done. Now, the roof for this whole section all comes out, so you lift this up like that. Lift the bumper up, so this whole thing comes up, and then what do is you lift that up, and then it's been a while since I've transformed it actually. So this all comes forward like that, right? So this, oh yeah, the bonnet rotates on there like that, and then this whole section comes back, and then that just stays. Oh, I think that's coming off that. Right, so that just comes up like that, and then we'll leave that there just for now. So then we come to the arms. The arms are quite cool, actually. So what do is, basically what you do is you just pull everything out, then you pull out what will become his hand, his little claws, like so, like that, and this whole section will rotate in like that. Then we bend it around like that. I'm sure something else happens here, I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's his arm, and the windscreen and the light, the window just rotates in, but mine has a tendency to pop right out, which is a bit annoying. Go and get back on there, and then once it comes out real easy, but refuses to go back in. I did that time. Rotate that in like that, so we're into this position. Same for this side. Lift that up, pull his hand. That happens as well. So we'll pull out his arm like that, rotate that in, and then there's one arm done as well. So you put that back on the ball joint there, which is pretty cool. Well, it's not cool because it's annoying, so we'll just move the camera up a bit. There we go. So then what do is we pull out his head, pull out his sides of his bumper there, which kind of angle out a bit. There we are. Kind of angle out a bit, and then we just try and get everything situated, and then then that little peg there will fit into this hole here, so you're going to get that round there. That pegs in quite nicely. Move them down, move them up, move them round, and then you get the backpack there, which just sits there, I think. Or does that move up? I think that might move up. That's it, moves up like that. Oh yeah, that's what see, everything pops off, which is annoying. That rotates it round like that. This on a mushroom peg fits in there, like that, all fits in, that fits underneath there, like so. And you pull out his head, and there is Barricade in his robot mode. Everything's all come loose because I'm on camera. There we go, there we are. And there he is. He's not too bad. But if I'd have paid more than a tenner for it, I'd have been, annoyed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie aesthetic anyway. But for a tenner, I thought I'm having it. And I quite like this guy, actually, in the film. But he's just all lanky and disproportionate, which is like most of mine. He's got a face like a cat's ass. Look at that. I never did like the bug face design of these guys, and they were being overly complicated for overly complicated's sake, I think, for most of the film. Right, let's zoom that in, let's get a closer look at that face sculpt. And, it's detailed and everything, but it's just too much going on, what's wrong with it? Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There we are. I mean, focus, come on. Focus. Focus. There we are. As you can see, like I say, it is nicely detailed and everything. You've got this blue crest on his head, you've got the lovely Decepticon red eyes, you've got all that busyness going behind there, you've got the gold for the face, and then it's all outlined in this grey, which is nice, and it's on a ball joint. We'll look at that in a moment. I mean, like I said, detail, and that's great, but it's just overly detailed, And that's not necessarily the toy's fault, that's the fucking movie's fault. And I'm sure I'm missing something. I am. Mistransformed it. Pull out his arms and you rotate them up like that. And that's it. Now it looks a bit better. Yeah, you rotate those up like that. And then you fold that in. Now he looks a bit better. A bit more proportionate. Go and use your words. And, you know, it don't look too bad. You know, it's just... The movie designs were just all over the fucking shop. There's no consistency to them. You know, overly complicated for overly complicated sake, like I said earlier. And then you can position that round like that, get that all that in. You know, and you've got like 4 car doors there. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's an okay figure, I guess. So, in terms of articulation then, you can rotate his arms 360 degrees, they can move in and out, and it's got very loose ball joint on man. You can rotate this section of the arm round like that on the top of the bicep. You can bend at the elbow, and his claws can move in and out slightly, but they do have articulation and you can separate them. Head will rotate 360 degrees on a ball joint. You can move up and down, and you've got that extra joint for the transformation, so if you're wanting to look up into the sky, you can, you know. Just making sure I've got everything right there. Anyway, nothing at the waist because the way it transforms. You can move at the leg, in and out. It's on a ball joint, but you just, because of the cable at the back, it's a bit limited. You can bend at 2 knee joints like that. And then you've got the toe joint, which moves up and down. And that is your lot, quite honestly. Now, you can bring his spinny blade of death in, which is pretty cool. And then you can hold it. And then you can menace people with it. Actually, it's better to go in this side, quite honestly. There you go, and you can menace people with it. That means he doesn't tap at the end of the turn. No, menace is, you need 2 attackers for this blocker. 2 blockers for this attacker. There we go, I got it right in the end. The Magic the Gathering reference. Actually, I don't want to hold it. Why does he not want to hold it? He doesn't want to hold it. Why do you not want to hold it, Barricade? Because you were holding it yesterday while I was planning this video out. There we are. He can hold it and he can cut things if he so chose. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're a fan of the movies, and you can pick this guy up fairly cheap, but apparently he's going for a bit of money. I've been looking on eBay. Well, not looking on eBay specifically, I was just looking to, because I couldn't remember the number of the Studio Series figure that this guy is, and I just happened to just catch a picture on eBay, and I was asking 91 quid for it. So, you know, I mean, I don't see how it's that expensive. It's only a figure that's about 5 years old at this point, I think, thereabouts. You know, I mean, is it worth it? I mean, if you like the character, yes. I mean, I'm sure you can get this guy for less money than that. But that's me, anyway. That's this. Hope you like this review. That's Barricade, Studio Series number 29 Barricade from Transformers 2007. If you like this review, hit like, hit subscribe, and you know, check out my other Transformers reviews, which should be in a box down here after the credits. If you think I deserve it, why not donate me to my Patreon? I've got some cool rewards over there. For as little as £1 a month, you can have your name in the credits. How cool is that? And it helps, keeps the lights on here at Shares Thrust. And, you know, and you have my eternal gratitude. And if you'd like to send me something, some donations and stuff like that, check out the description. I've got my email address in there, and we can work something out. So, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye for now.